Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in our gun world, our beautiful country, but how we're going to fix this bad boy together and leave it better than we found it. And we are going to chart that course for the betterment in videos just like this, because it is official, guys. For this midday snack video, Kash Patel was just sworn in as the ATF director. It is no longer theory, it is no longer rumor, it is no longer hypothesis. It is now official, and I'm going to show you how the left is starting to react, including the mainstream media, who are framing it as he's quietly handed in, sworn in as the ATF director. Kash Patel, the evil that he is. I'm going to walk you through everything right now. Now, of course, it's always linked. I bring every single receipt. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on, because that YouTube algorithm can sometimes mistakenly unsubscribe you, so make sure you check that subscription is active, because this is the times of freedom, and we'd love to have you along for the ride, and thank you in advance for that consideration. Now, I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, Home Title Lock, and then I'm going to dive in and show you the glorious day that just happened. The sponsor for this video is Home Title Lock, and what they focus on is home title fraud. Effectively, imagine if you had someone take your name off the deed of your home, put their name on it, and do anything they wanted. Equity steals, loans, all sorts of stuff. Let me show you what one of these guys actually did from an actual home title thief, and Home Title Lock has an answer just for this. Check this out.
Anybody who owns property should worry about home title theft. There's no other crime that is so easy, so quick, and so lucrative.
What people don't realize is the ease in which this crime can happen. I can take the deed to your house and I can transfer that deed into my name. It's a great crime, and it's happening all the time.
And that's the whole point of why I've partnered with Home Title Lock. Guys, it's just good to know what's going on. And if you go to HometitleLock.com/LangleyOutdoors, you get the triple threat or triple lock protection, and you get a free comprehensive title and deed scan. Guys, this is something, at least be aware of your options. There's a link in the description box below, and this is a big one, particularly since it's around your largest investment. All right, you beautiful bastions of freedom, it's official. It's happened. As AP is putting it, he's quietly sworn in as acting director of the ATF. Yeah, it's official. It's a thing. All right, let me show you this here. Again, this is a midday snack. We don't know how long it's going to go, but I have a breaking story coming for you later, so make sure you tune in for that too. All right. New FBI Director Kash Patel is sworn in as acting ATF chief, AP source says. Let me dive into a few of these pieces here. Washington, AP. New FBI Director Kash Patel was sworn in Monday as acting chief of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, taking the helm of two separate and sprawling Justice Department agencies, according to a person familiar with the matter. Patel was sworn in at ATF headquarters just days after he became the director of the FBI, said the person who spoke on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the matter. It's not immediately clear if President Donald Trump intends to nominate Patel for the ATF post, or what the administration's plans are for the agency that has long been a target of Republicans. Justice Department and White House officials didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Guys, this is a big one right here. They've got their plans. It's clear. Bongino, we talked about it earlier today, he's going to be the deputy director of the FBI. They just swore in Kash Patel as the director of the ATF. They are throwing so much at the fan of the left, they cannot organize a coordinated response. It is a fantastic thing to see. Let's continue, though, and then I'll show you what Giffords is saying. Patel will now oversee the Bureau of roughly 5,500 employees that's responsible for enforcing the nation's laws around firearms, explosives, and arson. Among other things, it's in charge of licensing federal firearms dealers, tracing guns used in crimes, and analyzing the intelligence in shooting investigations. Guys, they are starting to lose their minds. This is the entire point. They now have a scenario where someone who is on record speaking at the goals event for GOA, literally saying they are undermining our rights one by one, and the only way you stop the slow infringement is to get rid of it completely. I mean, that's a paraphrase, but that's effectively what we've shown you in another video. Let's keep going. Democrats raised alarm at Patel's nomination for FBI director over his lack of management experience compared to past directors, and because of a vast catalog of incendiary past statements, which include investigators who scrutinize Trump government gangsters. Let's keep going, though, because this is where the AP is trying to frame this. Okay, this is important. The narrative that they are trying to establish starts right here. Watch this. Gun safety groups that oppose Patel's nomination as FBI director highlighted the support for Gun Owners of America, a gun rights group that has called for the ATF to be abolished. In a social media post, the group called Patel a, quote, patriot who understands that the Second Amendment right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, which is why we like him a whole lot. Now, I've already said in another video the concerns about merging the FBI and the ATF, and there's lots of other bills that prevent it from happening, and the funds are directly attributed to those individual agencies. There's lots of pieces on that, so they cannot be merged right now. That is still a concern, I get it, but for where we're at right now, you have a GOA-backed individual in charge of the FBI and the ATF. Let's continue on, though, because this is how evil he is. Patel spoke at Gun Owners of America conference last year, telling the crowd, quote, my mission is your mission, and spread it across America and utilize it to defeat the most destructive operation in U.S. history. And that is unelected bureaucrats seizing our constitutional rights from you every single day and chipping away at your freedoms every single day. That is beautiful, the point, amazing, succinct, let's go. Because the biggest threat to our gun rights is politicians and legislation. However, the bigger one is the unelected bureaucrats who are just going willy-nilly and redefining existing law that's already been passed to get their outcome that they want, that you saw under the 4 years of Biden, which is why Pam Bondi, who's doing a pretty freaking good job, by the way, just saying, also fired the chief counsel of the ATF last week. Guys, they know what's happening. Watch. AP is calling it for you right here. Look. Gun control groups are concerned about the undoing of Biden administration efforts to combat gun violence, including a rule that sought to require thousands more firearm dealers to run background checks on buyers at gun shows and other places outside of brick and mortar stores. All of that is at risk, said Chris Brown, president of gun control group Brady. The move to install Patel as ATF director follows Attorney General Pam Bondi's firing of the Bureau's top lawyer last week. That's another piece. When I tell you guys all of these things are connected, we do not live in a vacuum. The border issues and the suing of New York and Illinois is very related to gun rights and gun control. They're all intertwined. The same people have the ability to undermine it and rip it out from the root. That's what you're seeing. It's not just only talk about the 2A stuff. It's also talk about the other things that correlate directly to the other 2A stuff. We're not in a vacuum is my point. But let me continue with something that Bondi said, and then I'll say something about Bondi, and then we'll wrap this. Bondi said Friday in a Fox News interview that she fired Chief Counsel Pamela Hicks because the agency was targeting gun owners, which it was and still is. Hicks, who spent more than 20 years as a Justice Department lawyer, said in a social media post that being ATF Chief Counsel was the highest honor of her career. Well, now it's over. She's fired, gone by. All right. So now let me say something about Pam Bondi. Because a couple of people have said, you guys talk about collectively the YouTube space, the gun rights advocacy in YouTube, gave Pam Bondi a whole rash of shit. It's effectively what it was, this paraphrase, but it was a whole lot of you guys gave her a lot of crap. We had very good reason to be concerned, and now I'm going to say the other side of that. I'm finding many reasons to be supportive of the actions that she has taken. She has one more move. When they deliver that report that Trump demanded, basically Trump put the executive action in, the request for the executive order, when he gets that report back, if that gun rights, gun control report comes back as good as it potentially could be, she will be a rock star forever, and I will not say another bad word ever, ever, ever. And I've never actually said bad words about her. I've said I have concerns. However, if that comes back strong, I think we can put that bad boy to bed. But anyway, let's jump right over here to this last thing with Giffords said, because this, after all, is the only midday snack we have, and we got the main course later on. President Trump quietly installed FBI Director Kash Patel as acting director of ATF. He has no experience fighting crime, preventing mass shootings, or stopping domestic terrorism. Patel will let the gun lobby walk all over him, and American communities will pay the price. And here is the thing that they cited. Look at that. It is official. Acting Director Kash Patel, ATF. Guys, where we are at right now is a pretty good place. And if you want to keep on winning and you want to keep on seeing, help us get to 10,000 subscribers on the X profile at Braden LOA. We are putting on about 150 to 300 a day, depending on what we talk about. Guys, this is a big one. And I will see you on the next one because freedom is marching on for the next 4 years. Later.